Hello everybody. Walking in the rain right now. These thoughts came in. We come into conception of blindness. We don't see the reality of what this place actually is. And it's meant to be that way. Because if we were able to actually see what is taking place within this reality, the depths and the complexities of what is controlling us is far deeper than we can even imagine. So we're placed into blindness for a reason. And it's a double-edged sword, right? So one side of that sword is, weirdly enough, to almost protect us, to keep us safe in a sense of what is taking place around us. To the other side, we're made to be blind so that we can be siphoned off of, so that we can have our energy being extracted from us. And I want to say that is the bigger side of the sword, is to siphon off of us, to keep us in this loop inside of this construct that we're inside of, to make sure that we can't break free, that we can't exit this construct and to actually become the full sovereign beings that we're meant to be. Because if all of us were able to do that, and we came in with sight to this unseen realm, there would be no construct. There would be nothing taking place here other than what the original positioning of what it was meant to be, which is freedom. This place is truly about freedom. And it's freedom on a very multi-dimensional way where all things are possible here. Everything that you can conceive is able to be created here when you're in sight. And there's still some aspects to our sight that is blind. So we can't fully access everything that was fully here from the beginning because the construct still has its protocols to subdue us, to make sure that we can't fully exit out in life. But we will be able to exit out in death, into the afterlife. We will be able to exit out of this construct when you have sight. Even if it's limited sight, and you know what's taking place here, you still have the availability to possibly exit out of this thing. But the more sight we receive, the more we're able to actually break free from the constructs, constraints around us. It's deep. There's so many layers to this game. There's so many layers to it. And it's sometimes so overwhelming that you don't think it's real. Like, you don't think the complexity of the layers is real. It's so far down and so far up that it's no way that's what this is. Yep. Like, it's so complex that it's hard for even our imagination to comprehend the depth of what this place is. And that too is also part of the blindness. We have to be placed in this cocoon of blindness to keep us controlled. It's unfortunate, right? It's very unfortunate that this takes place here, that it takes place now. Because it's so heavy on us that if we want to try getting out of it, it's almost like quicksand. It's like you make these movements and then it just pulls you back in. You make these other movements and it pulls you back in. So it's just like, am I not even supposed to move, and I'm slowly just supposed to just seep into this quicksand and allow it to just take me? Because then you look at that aspect and it's like, well, shit, I mean, if that's the case, then fucking just take me now. Why is it a slow process? Well, it's a slow process because of what that other side of the longer side of that sword is to siphon off of us. So the longer it takes for us to submerge ourselves inside this quicksand, the more it can take from us. All of the entities, the evilness, the spirits, whatever synonym you want to vary off from that word, depending on your culture and understanding. Either which way, it's doing the same things. It's siphoning our energy. It's siphoning our soul. It's siphoning our spirit. And we don't want it to happen, right? We don't want it to be taking our shit. We don't want that. And that goes into the resistance, right? Like, you're trying to fight your way out of this quicksand, and as you fight, more energy is being expelled. So once again, back to, am I supposed to just let myself submerge into this eternalness of what is meant to take place at the pace of what it wants me to go at? Then I guess, but still, I'm still in this constraints of this construct and what the construct wants of me. It's a very difficult decision, because it's just like, but then it's just like, maybe I am supposed to move, because if I do move, maybe I can find something that can pull me out of this quicksand and I won't be inside of it anymore. But then again, is that just another trap within itself, because of the complexity of the layers of this reality that we're inside of? It's just like, am I going towards something that's also now going to lure me into another type of quicksand, but not the same quicksand? Do you see how it's so complex that it's forever? It's never ending. It's wild, man. It's wild. But we're here. We're embracing it, from whatever the degree of the embrace is, and just taking it and knowing that the more sight that we can gain, the better of an understanding we can get outside of this construct, outside of this thing. But if we are not looking for sight, if we're not looking to see more, don't look for yourself to be able to exit out of this construct. You're going to be trapped. It's the sight that helps us exit. Thank you, everybody. I hope you love yourselves. I hope you embrace whatever you're embracing and taking on, what you need to take on. We'll all get there. We'll all exit out. Enjoy yourselves.